What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson. Tough loss for my Washington Commanders. We are now falling to 7-3. We had a real opportunity to go out and shock many people. We had a real opportunity to go 8-2 for the first time since 1986. We really could have had that opportunity, but slipped out of our hands for a number of factors in this game. So we are now 7-3. Guys, this was one of those games where you had so many opportunities to win. You had so many opportunities slip out of your fingers, and it hurts. It hurts, It really does, because those close matchups hurt the worst. They hurt more than blowouts, mainly because it's just like you had that chance to win the game. There's so many chances we had. The drops. The drops was a big issue. You cannot have those mistakes. You cannot have those problems continuing. For weeks now, it's been an issue. The drops have been an issue. I don't know what the wide receiver coach is doing with these guys. I don't know what they're doing after practice, in practice. I have no idea. What I do know is they need to clean it up, and they need to clean it up quickly, because yes, the trade deadline is passed. That window is closed. But right now, unfortunately, it's looking like Terry McLaurin versus everybody out there. Terry McLaurin, shout out Terry, big-time game, 112 yards versus one of the premier elite secondaries in the NFL. Great Steelers defense, and he still got his. So respect to Terry. It's just unfortunate that he has to go out there and put it all on the line and do what he has to do every single time, and it appears it's by himself every time. Zach Ertz didn't step up today. He fell short. Olamide Zaccheaus didn't step up today. He fell short. And don't get me started on Benjamin St-Juste, but we're going to address the defense in a second, because realistically, when it comes to this game, the defense gave the offense plenty of chances to execute. Shout out Jeremy Chin. He gets a game ball. Jeremy Chin, this is definitely has to be his all-time greatest game of his career so far. He gets a pick on Russ, who hasn't thrown a pick since forever ago. He gets a pick on Russ. Then we're at the goal line. They're about to score, and he gets a fumble strip recovery. He strips the ball out of the running back's hand, rips it away like a bandit, and he gets the recovery, gets the ball back for the offense. What does the offense do? They don't do anything. They don't execute. There was time and time again where the defense stepped up big, and the offense failed to execute. Olamide Zaccheaus was not locked in today. 2 muffed punts. I don't even understand why he was still out there after the first one. I would have made the switch. But 2, and he's still out there? It was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. You just can't have it. I think that they should have made the switch between... they should have made the switch and put Eckler back there, or possibly Luke McCaffrey. But Olamide Zaccheaus, that was bad. That was bad, and it cost us. It cost us big time. You just can't have it. Special teams was a very, very big key when it came to who was going to win this game, because you're talking about 2 of the top special teams units in the NFL. The Steelers and the Commanders have 2 top-tier special teams units. And 100% the Steelers won the special teams unit. The Steelers played the better defensive game. They had Jaden Daniels looking shook. I can't lie. This is one of those more quiet games for Jaden Daniels. And, I'd rather it be a quiet game for him this game than, against the division rival, because we got Philly coming up next. But, you're facing an elite defense, and that's just how it's going to be sometimes. You're not always going to have a big-time game. You're not always going to be rookie of the week. You're going to face struggles. So I wasn't too displeased with the way Jaden played. I was, disappointed in the offense, though. I really was. Austin Eckler stepped up big. He's a positive note. Jaden stepped up. He still struggled, but he was still solid, So that's positive note. Terry stepped up, but Zaccheaus, Ertz, Benjamin St-Juste, they need a talking to. They need a talking to or something, because 2 muff punts by Zaccheaus. When it comes to Ertz, he could have stretched out. instead of just catching it and falling to the ground. I mean, he's consistently done that. I've seen that in several games where he catches the ball and falls to the ground instead of pursuing more yardage and continuing to move forward. I don't know what Ertz was doing. Maybe he's been watching some Tyler Lockett. I don't know what it was, but dude, catch the ball and try to gain yardage. Stop falling to the ground. That's a part of the reason why we lost this game. I'm not going to put it all on Zacchaeus and Ertz. Also, you got to give some accountability to Benjamin St-Juste, because we've seen this time and time again from Benjamin St-Juste. We've seen it time and time again. When is he going to get it together? I don't know. I really don't know. It's looking bad for that man, and his clock is ticking. It's ticking. How do you allow Mike Williams, who just got on the team, he just got to Pittsburgh, how do you allow Mike Williams, who probably weighs a good 30 to 40 and possibly 50 pounds more than you, burn you? He had like 6+ yards of separation. How do you let him burn you like that and just get that far ahead of you? Mind you, Mike Williams has had 2 ACL tears, and he's out there burning Benjamin St-Juste. I simply do not understand what Benjamin St-Juste sees out there. And then, he had the post interview talking about sometimes I'm just out there, trying to cover everything, and that may be a mistake on my part. Man, he doesn't cover anything. If he's trying to cover everything, somebody needs to talk to him, because he's not covering anything. I mean, it's time and time again with Benjamin St-Juste, and it's unacceptable. Point blank period, the fans deserve better. The fans deserve better. So if he got cut today or tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I would not care. I wouldn't care at all, because we need some dogs in this DB room. Marshawn Lattimore was a good trade, but he can't do it all by himself. Even when he gets here, he still has to, play one role, and there's other roles that need to be played on that DB room as well. So Benjamin St-Juste has to get it together. We got Philly this week, and it's serious. It's a division rivalry game, and whoever wins this game is more than likely going to win the division. Have to be better this Thursday. But yeah, this is definitely a game where it's like our defense played well enough to win. Our offense couldn't execute, but eventually it's like the defense was bending, and then it broke. Because Russ was going to get his. He threw his TDs, Pickens, that got his. Mike Williams got his. Najee got his. I mean, the defense, they were solid for the most part, but they started to break a little bit when it's like the offense didn't have enough time of possession. They kept doing 3 and outs. They kept giving the ball away, weren't getting enough first downs, weren't extending drives. So the defense got a little tired. And that happens. It's like the offense has to do a better job of making sure they're on the field as long as they possibly can be, to run that clock down, especially against a team like Pittsburgh, who dominates the time of possession and they dominate on the defensive end. That's an important thing. You have to control the clock. And we didn't do a good job of that. A part of that is probably because Brian Robinson was out. We weren't really establishing the run as well as we could have if he was in the game. But, that happens sometimes. You still got to execute without B-Rob and without whoever. Next man up. That's just how it's got to be. And you still got to execute. There's no excuses. But for me, the coaching was solid this game. I think we did solid for coaching. But if there was a critique I would have, it's like Joe Witt. Why is Noah Igbenogany on George Pickens? Why? Why is that even a matchup? I shouldn't see that on my TV screen. I shouldn't see that at all. You shouldn't see that. Noah, I should never be on George Pickens ever. He should never be on any wide receiver one for that matter. If you want to put a DB that we have on our roster currently on our wide receiver one, it better be Marshawn Lattimore next game. It better be Mike Sainristil. And I understood putting St-Juste on Pickens in the beginning because they're both physical and you have to match that physicality, but they switched them off. It was better for Pickens to be lined up against St-Juste. That's not a bad matchup. That's not even that bad. Of course Pickens is better and he's going to get his, but that's not as bad as it was having Noah I on Pickens because what are we doing? Joe Witt, please fix that. Please do. I shouldn't see that ever again. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't see Noah I on Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. He better be on Jahan Dotson. That's all I got to say about that. But moving on. When it comes to this game, it really hurts. It was winnable. You know, you lose 29-28. We have a lot of improvement to do. We have a lot of improving. I saw a lot of flaws in our game today. I know we heard the hype. Mike Tomlin's this against rookie quarterbacks. Mike Tomlin's this coming off the bye for the Steelers. All that stuff. It doesn't matter. All that stuff is just statistics. At the end of the day, we could have won this game. We could have won this game, but we didn't. Because the more disciplined team won, the more composed team won, and quite frankly, the team that had the better, the team that had the better defense won, the better coaching, the team that had the quarterback that played better, they won the game, and that's usually how it is. So it's like we had to take notes on that and realize you got to execute. You have to execute. So the players got to do better. The coaches have to do better. But it's all about execution, discipline, and just knowing what your responsibilities are. And taking care of it. Not just knowing, but taking care of it. But yeah, in conclusion, I would say game ball. Game balls go to, I know it's a loss, but game balls need to go to Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler. That's for the offense. For the defense, game ball should go to Dante Fowler and Jeremy Chin. And special teams, I don't even think there should be no game balls for special teams. I mean, the special teams had a terrible day. Terrible. So, we're going to hold off on game balls for any special teamers. They have a lot of improvement that they could be, working on throughout the week. And I'm positive they'll be improved versus Philly. You can't be much worse than what I just saw. So, like I said, in conclusion, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the 4th and Goal Sports YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow to the 4th and Goal Sports Instagram page. And comment in the comment section before clicking off this video. Comment your thoughts on this loss. I know it really hurts not being able to say Victory Monday or victory this, victory that. It hurts not being able to say my team's 8-2 for the first time since 1986. But guess what? We live, we learn, and we move on. And all I have to say at this point is, Philly, we're coming. Peace.